Good happy Wednesday morning. It is Wednesday, April 8, 2026. I'm Riley King and welcome to this Wednesday morning edition of WRMK News 12. We got a lot of news to get to on this Wednesday morning, so let's begin right now. First up, Trump offers 2-week pause on Iran strike aimed Strait of Hormuz negotiations. President Donald Trump announces that he would delay a planned military strike on Iran for 2 weeks on the condition that Iran agrees to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. U.S. Iran agreed to temporary ceasefire following escalating tensions. Hours after Donald Trump warned of immunity destruction if Iran failed to reach a deal reopening the Strait of Hormuz, the United States and Iran agreed to a 2-week ceasefire. The sudden shift surprised observers, including former Dartmouth professor who said that the threat of military action appeared immediate. St. Anselm College professor Eric said the pause could allow both sides to reassess without further escalation, though he cautioned that rising tension make de-escalations difficult. The conflict has also strained U.S. allies and alliances. Eric, the St. Anselm professor, said, warning a long-term impacts on American global influence. Economic efforts are already being felt. According to AAA, gas prices in New Hampshire rose from $3.80 to $303.97 a week, driven in part by disrupted oil flow through the Strait of Hormuz. Former OPEC economist noted that roughly 20 million barrels of crude oil per day have been affected, contributing to the market volatility. New Hampshire lawmakers expressed caution's support for the ceasefire while citing the border conflict. Congressman Chris Pappas called the truce welcome news but blamed the administration for rising cost and loss of life. Meanwhile, Senator Jeanne Shaheen urged renewed diplomacy, warning the economic fallout and security risk. Senator Maggie Hassan also welcomed the pause but called for a prominent end to the war. Officials and analysts say the situation remains fluid with the outcome of the ceasefire uncertainty. And we will have to wait and see. Dog's electrocution sparks public outcry in Portsmouth. Residents in Portsmouth are calling for answers after a local woman said her dog was electrocuted and killed behind Portsmouth High School. Deborah Van Patten told city officials that her dog, Frankie, died during a walk on February 28th after she, along with a friend and their dog encountered an apparent electrical current in the ground. Another dog was also injured. Van Patten said no one initially contacted her following the incident, prompting frustration and concerns. According to the Portsmouth Fire Department, responders detected electrical current in groundwater at the scene. Fire Chief William McCallum said the issue appeared isolated and that the area was secured before crews left. City officials acknowledged communication failures during a recent council meeting. Deputy City Attorney apologized, calling the lack of outreach a mistake. Van Patten said she is not pursuing legal action but is urging the city to take steps to prevent similar incidents. She also requested a donation in her dog's name to a local animal welfare organization. Portsmouth Mayor said he made a personal donation and encouraged others to do the same. Hudson school employee charged with alleged assault of student. A paraprofessional in Hudson has been released on personal recognition bail after being charged with assaulting an 8-year-old student at Nottingham West Elementary School. Police said the investigation began after school officials reported a student had suffered an arm injury. Authorities later determined the child, who is nonverbal and autistic, has been subjected to what they described as unprivileged physical content. Jenna Kirklick, 20, was arrested and charged with simple assault. David Coit said security footage and interviews helped confirm the allegations. The student's father said he is speaking publicly on behalf of his daughter, expressing concern about her well-being and the future in school. The Hudson School District said it is cooperating with police in conducting its own investigation. Kirklick is scheduled to be arraigned next month. New Hampshire officials cite early impact of revised bail law. 6 months after New Hampshire enacted a revised bail law, Governor Kelly Ayotte and law enforcement leaders say the changes are already affecting the state's criminal justice system. Officials report increased pre-trial detention and fewer immediate releases following arrest. Kevin O'Rourke said previous catch and release pattern is beginning to decline. Attorney General John Formella said lowering the legal standards for holding suspects from clear and convincing evidence to probable causes has made it easier to detain repeat offenders. Authorities noted pretrial detention has risen by 50% in Coos County and 30% in Merrimack County. The American American Civil Liberties Union criticized the trend, warning that pretrial incorrections can lead to job loss, family disruption, and health risks for individuals who have not been convicted. The updated law follows years of debate after the state's 2018 bail reform, which critics said allowed some offenders to be released and re-offend. Ayotte said changes reflect a renewed focus on public safety and representativeness to the community concerns. And that does it for this Wednesday edition, for your morning edition of WRMK News 12. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Have a great rest of your day, and see you back here tomorrow for another newscast. And goodbye.